The energy inside the arena was electric, the kind of buzzing anticipation that only professional wrestling at its best can generate. The audience, known collectively as the WWE Universe, was alive with cheers, chants, and the sort of collective roar that shakes the very walls of a venue. The commentators themselves could not ignore it. One of them, Byron, was urged by his broadcast partner to simply pause and listen to the people, to take in the fact that thousands upon thousands were reacting with pure excitement for the man about to make his entrance. Byron responded with a half-smile in his tone, acknowledging that he could indeed hear the fans and feel their passion. The anticipation was palpable, said another commentator, and then came the question that many had asked since this particular competitor had arrived in WWE. Had this man, Rey Fenix, truly lived up to the massive hype that preceded him? Byron didn't hesitate. He was glad to be asked, he said, because he could answer without any hesitation or reservation. The truth was simple. Rey Fenix had not only lived up to the hype, he had exceeded it. It was rare, Byron emphasized, for a wrestler to arrive with such high expectations, with so much international acclaim already trailing behind him like a comet. Yet in just 6 months with WWE, Fenix had surpassed those lofty projections, proving to be as dazzling and innovative in this company as he had been in every ring he ever set foot in. With that, the booming voice of the ring announcer declared that the following contest was scheduled for one fall, and the first competitor, hailing from Ecatepec, Mexico, weighing in at 182 pounds, was indeed Rey Fenix. The crowd erupted as his name was spoken, the admiration pouring in waves from the stands. This was no ordinary reaction. It was respect, awe, and unfiltered excitement. The commentators pointed out that with Fenix, the audience could expect to see speed like lightning, agility that defied belief, and a quickness that would leave them breathless. The warning was clear. Do not blink, because you might miss something spectacular. Byron laughed and said he didn't want to blink anyway, because watching Rey Fenix work was like watching a masterpiece being painted live in front of your eyes. His offense was not just athletic, it was innovative, unpredictable, almost otherworldly, and always presented in a bold, in-your-face manner. But wrestling, as always, is about more than one man, and tonight Rey Fenix's opponent was no slouch either. This was another competitor with undeniable charisma, someone equally dedicated to the proud legacy of lucha libre wrestling. The ring announcer introduced him, accompanied by his partner, representing Legado del Fantasma, from Monterrey, Mexico, one half of Los Garza, Angel. With Angel's name came a different kind of reaction, mixed but strong, a recognition of his talent and of the swagger he carried. The commentators spoke admiringly of what Angel and his cousin Humberto had been doing lately. They had redefined themselves, embraced their heritage with newfound pride, altered their presentation, and even won gold. Together they had proven themselves worthy of consideration as top players in WWE's tag team division, and now Angel sought to carve a path in singles competition as well. Not everyone was thrilled with their tactics, however. As one commentator noted, many in the locker room and even among fans on social media had criticized Angel and Humberto for their behavior. They had used underhanded methods at times, had shown arrogance that rubbed people the wrong way, and displayed a willingness to bend rules to their advantage. Byron, always the voice of perspective, shrugged this off. Were people really offended? At the end of the day, he pointed out, Angel and Humberto were focused on making money and winning championships, and in WWE, that was often what mattered most. His broadcast partner teased him about being bitter, suggesting perhaps his frustration was really just about the disappointing performance of his beloved Florida sports teams. Byron admitted it, yes, he was still annoyed by that. That admission brought laughter and further ribbing, including a playful accusation of Byron enduring a midlife crisis after being spotted at a motorcycle museum. Byron sheepishly confessed that while he hadn't bought a bike, he had indeed purchased a rider's jacket, much to the amusement of his colleagues. The banter faded as the bell rang, signaling the start of the match. Angel and Rey Fenix squared off, and immediately the intensity was clear. Angel delivered a sharp uppercut to start things off, but Fenix retaliated with lightning-fast movements that had both commentators warning again about blinking. Fenix was like a storm, his agility allowing him to evade and counter. Still, Angel was prepared. Having faced Rey Fenix before in tag team competition, he knew what to expect, and he shifted his body weight at just the right moment to counter Fenix's momentum and ground him. This was their first singles match against each other on WWE's Main Event, and the stakes were high. Angel pressed the advantage, slowing the pace deliberately, methodically taking away Fenix's speed. This was strategy, pure and simple. Like an away team in sports that enters a hostile stadium and quiets the roaring crowd by dictating the tempo, Angel was silencing the WWE Universe by grounding their high-flying hero. The commentators drew parallels to past matches, noting that Fenix had been on a tear since his arrival, making a WrestleMania debut and competing in a breathtaking TLC match at SummerSlam. Few wrestlers had such opportunities so quickly, but Fenix had seized them all, dazzling fans around the world. Now, however, Angel was showing he had a plan of his own, taking control and keeping Fenix trapped. As the match wore on, Angel showcased not only his technical ability, but also his confidence, almost exuding arrogance as he dominated. Every counter, every slam, every near fall he scored seemed to fuel his swagger. The turning point in Angel's career, said Byron, had come when he embraced his roots, his heritage. That connection had fueled both his confidence and his success. Together with Humberto, he had rediscovered his spirit, capturing championships in multiple promotions and even pulling double duty in AAA while making waves in WWE. This was a man who now believed fully in himself and was showing it by controlling someone as dynamic as Rey Fenix. But Rey Fenix was not to be counted out. The crowd rallied behind him, their cheers building as he struggled to regain momentum. Finally, an opening presented itself. With quick reflexes, he connected with a powerful kick that shifted the tide. Suddenly, Fenix was back in his element. He soared through the air with a breathtaking moonsault, nearly winning the match then and there. The resilience of Fenix was on full display. He had weathered the storm, endured Angel's assault, and was now reminding everyone why he was considered one of the most innovative high-flyers in the world. Yet Angel was not finished. He responded with crushing strikes, including a devastating kick that seemed to knock Fenix out cold. The commentators gasped, wondering how Fenix could possibly recover from such impact. But somehow, by sheer instinct, he did. This resilience only made Angel more aggressive, increasing his urgency as he sought to finish the job. He taunted, signaled to the crowd, and took precious time to showboat. That arrogance proved costly. While he posed and gestured, Rey Fenix recovered.